Hello math learners! Welcome to the part 2 of our reviewer series in preparation for the Term 1 examination for grade 7. So, if you have not watched the first part, kindly do so. And now we will be discussing questions 11 to 20. So, if you are new to the channel, please click the subscribe button and notification bell. Now, let us do this. Question number 11. Which of the following correctly orders the numbers 5/8, 4/10, 1, and 3/5 from least to greatest? Is it 4/10, 3/5, 5/8, 1? Is it 1, 5/8, 4/10, 3/5? Or is it 5/8, 4/10, 3/5, 1? Or is it 3/5, 1, 4/10, 5/8? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, we are talking about least to greatest. So, of course, from the four given numbers, the greatest is the whole number 1. Alright, so of course, the second one and the fourth one are already wrong for this question. So, we only have this one and this one. Okay, so let us just consider what is the equivalent decimal value for 3/5. Okay, that is 3 divided by 5. So, if we change that into a decimal value, that would be 0.6. Alright, so therefore, is 0.4 least than 0.6? Very good. That is lesser than 0.6. So, we could say that this given first example is the correct arrangement from least to greatest. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So, now let us go to the next question. A polygon has 7 sides, all equal in length, but its angles are not all equal. How would you classify this polygon? Is it a regular heptagon? Is it a regular hexagon? Is it convex hexagon? Or is it regular heptagon? What do you think is the answer? Alright, my dear math learners, the correct answer for this one, for having 7 sides, that is heptagon. But since the angles are not equal, then it is an irregular heptagon. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? Now let us go to the next question. What is the sum of 3/8 and 1/4? Is it 7/8? Is it 5/8? Is it 4/12? Or is it 1/2? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, in getting the sum of 3/8 and 1/4, since the denominators are not the same, what you can do is you can convert 1/4 into a fraction that becomes or that have a denominator that is 8. So in order for this denominator to have 8, you just multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2. So 1 times 2, 4 times 2, and that will give you 2/8. So 2/8 can be immediately added to 3/8. So 2/8 plus 3/8, that would be very good, 5/8. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to the next question. A student plans to save for a 2,400 pesos gadget within 3 months, about 12 weeks. Which weekly saving plan will help achieve this goal? Is it 50 pesos per week? Is it 200 pesos per week? Is it 400 per month only? Or is it 100 pesos per week? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, the goal here is to save 2,400 pesos. Okay, so if you are having 50 pesos per week, you multiply that to 12, you don't get 2,400 for that. But if you try to multiply 200 pesos per week into 12 weeks, then that would give you an arrival of 2,400 because 200 times 12, that is 2,400. So, basically, we have answered the question. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now, let us go to the next question. Which statement correctly explains the relationship between complementary angles? Is it their measures add up to 90 degrees? Is it their measures add up to 180 degrees? Is it they are always adjacent? Or they are always congruent? What do you think is the answer for this question? Okay, my dear math learners, talking about complementary angles, this is basically the relationship of two angles whose sum is equal to, what do you think? Alright, very good. That is 90 degrees, and that is the first statement. Alright, I hope you got that one. Very easy. Now, let us go to the next question. A student wants to draw a regular decagon, 10 sides, with each side measuring 4 centimeters using a ruler and a protractor. What should be the measure of each interior angle to correctly construct the polygon? Is it 135 degrees? Is it 108 degrees? Is it 150 degrees? Or is it 144 degrees? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, in order for us to answer this question, we need to know the measurement of the interior angles. But in order for us to do that, let's consider that the decagon has 10 sides, right? So what you need to do is 360 degrees, divide it by 10. So you now have 36 degrees. Now that 36 degrees is the measurement of each exterior angle. So each exterior angle is 36 degrees. So of course, the exterior angle and the interior angle, they are supplementary with each angle, meaning they add up to 180 degrees. So you just subtract 180 to 36 degrees and you will have an answer that is very good, 144 degrees. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to the next question. A teacher asked students to construct a regular octagon with 5 cm sides using the exterior angle method. Which procedure is correct? Is it draw a 5 cm side, turn 60 degrees at each vertex, and repeat for 8 sides? Or is it draw a 5 cm side, turn 108 degrees at each vertex, and repeat for 8 sides? Or is it draw a 5 cm sides, turn 45 degrees at each vertex, and repeat for 8 sides until the figure closes? Or draw a 5 cm sides, turn 90 degrees at each vertex, and repeat for 8 sides? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, this is just the same that what we have discussed earlier about the decagon. So of course, my dear math learners, since this is 8 sides, so what we need to do is we divide 360 by 8. Okay, so what will be the value for that? Very good, that would be 45. So technically, my dear math learners, you have answered the question already because we have here the 45 degrees. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to the next question. A shirt originally priced at 950 pesos is now sold for 760 pesos. What is the percentage decrease in price? Is it A, 20%, B, 10%, C, 18%, or D, 15%? What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, for us to know the answer for this question, what we need to do first is just subtract 950 by 760. So if you subtract that, that would be 190 pesos. Okay, so the question is, what is the percentage of 190 pesos to 950 pesos? What do you think? Alright, that is, my dear math learners, 20%. Now let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So now let us go to the next question. Question number 19. Arrange the following rational numbers from greatest to least. We have 3/5, 35 hundreds, 7 tenths, and 1 1/10. Is it 35 hundreds, 3/5, 7 tenths, and 1 1/10? Or is it 7 tenths, 1 1/10, 3/5, 35 hundreds? Or is it 3/5, 35 hundreds, 1 1/10, 7 tenths? Or is it 1 1/10, 7 tenths, 3/5, or 35 hundreds? What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, my dear math learners, we are dealing here with greatest to least. So among the 4 given, the greatest value here is basically 1.1. So therefore, it is very obvious that the first value is 1.1. So we don't need to validate the other choices. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, easy, right? So now let us go to question number 20. Which of the following correctly explains why the square root of 64 is 8? Is it because 8 is an even number? Is it because 8 times 8 is 64? Is it 8 plus 8 is equal to 64? Or is it 64 divided by 8 is equal to 8? And that is the rule. What do you think is the answer? Okay, my dear math learners, talking about square root, we are dealing here with, we find a number multiplied by itself and the answer would be the given value. Since here we have 64, square root of 64, why it is 8 because we know that 8 times 8 is 64. That's basically the idea. That's letter B or the second choice. Okay, let's check whether we are correct. Alright, so my dear math learners, congratulations for finishing the second part of our reviewer series. If you find this helpful, please share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates, and kindly click that subscribe button. So, now let us go to the next video for the third part of the reviewer series.